This is my video and this is my mom. She's my audience. Okay, my name's Sam. Raise your hand if you've ever had a dog or multiple dogs. Has anyone ever had 8 dogs? Has anyone heard of the bachelor party that was in Tennessee and rescued puppies? That famous bachelor party that came back with all those dogs consists of my boyfriend and his best friends, and I want to share with you their story. I'm able to share this story with you because I heard firsthand the story and I've spent a lot of time with these guys and their puppies. I'm going to share with you the guys' story, their reaction to going viral, and what they're doing to make what I call lemonade from lemons, and lastly show you pictures of the puppies and their owners. I know that there are tons of news articles out there, but I want to tell you the story that includes some of the things that the news articles didn't include. So I've known these guys from camping with them. We've gone to many different places. One of the big ones is Silver Lake Sand Dunes, and they always bring 4-wheelers, quads, RZRs, Razors, Jeeps, trucks, anything. And so this made planning a bachelor party really easy for my boyfriend Brent and the groom Mitch. They decided to go to Tennessee to this place called Brimstone in Huntsville, Tennessee, and they basically went there to ride their quads and 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers. So yeah, that's how I know them. So basically, the boys were cooking breakfast one morning, and they didn't have very good ventilation in the cabin that they were staying, and so they opened the door, and because it smelled like bacon, and Annie was there, and she was just sitting there and wouldn't come in, and so they decided that they were going to go out riding, and if she was still there, then they would go into town, which was about a half-hour drive, and pick up some dog food for her. When they came back from riding, she was still there, and so they did like they said, and they went and got her some dog food and continued to feed her while they were there for 5 days. And they noticed that every time that a loud noise or a quad or something would go by on the trails, that Annie would just leave them and take off running, like the MLive article said. And they started to catch on because they realized that she had recently had puppies and was supposed to be producing milk, but she wasn't. So after following her, they followed her to this hole in the ground, and it was actually in a riverbank, and it was a burrow of 3 different big holes. So my boyfriend Brent decided to go into the hole because they heard puppies whimpering. And so about 2 hours into this, and waist into a hole, Brent pulled out 6 puppies, and the MLive article does not mention that Mitch, the bachelor, finally woke up after they found all of these puppies. So they got all these puppies, and they basically took their luggage that they brought and set up a little area for the puppies and put a towel down. And they went out riding and would be out for 2 or 3 hours and come back and check on the puppies. Well, later that night after dinner, Brent and one of the other groomsmen, Alex, they decided to go and check and make sure that they got all the puppies. And when they went to go double check, they noticed that there was still another puppy in there. And so they spent another hour and a half trying to get who is now Finn out of that hole. So the boys, like the MLive article says, pulled some of their beer fund money and put it towards getting puppy food and crates and toys, and that made their drive home a little bit longer because they had to stop every 2 hours on a 9-hour drive to let puppies out and feed them. And so now they were back in Michigan. The puppies had been adopted, and there's now Brimmy, Knox, Gunner, Daisy, Bear, Rosie, Finn, and the mom Annie. Our close family and friends thought this story was a great feel-good story, especially because it all happened right around the election time, and everyone was sick and tired of politics. Joanne, the groomsman's mom, emailed our local news channel, News Channel 3, and they decided to interview the boys as their feel-good story. So what I like to call trying to make lemonade out of lemons, the boys were absolutely shocked at how big the story had gone and how it had just blown up and gone overseas, and everybody had just heard about it and was coming up to them and talking to them about it. They had news interviews with News Channel 3, Fox 17, MLive, the Kalamazoo Gazette, and then it went larger, and they had interviews with ABC News, Cosmopolitan, People Online, and then eventually on Friday, October 28th, they were on Good Morning America. And they also got asked to be on Good Morning Britain. Alright. So lastly, the guys were contacted by Nutrena, which is a dog food brand, and they actually delivered 8 skids of food for all the puppies and the close relatives of the puppies. And Cal Blue, a local printing company, has actually had someone take pictures of the puppies, and they're going to print a calendar of all the puppies, and it will be for sale. With the sudden glimpse of fame, the guys and their wives all sat down one Saturday and decided what it was that they were going to do to help other animals. So to actually make the lemonade from the lemons, they're going to use their publicity in a positive way. The calendar that I just talked about is going to be sold, and the profits from the calendar will go to different organizations, and they actually have not decided what organizations they are going to use yet. They are still talking to a couple different ones. And there actually is a Facebook page that the boys created. It's called Tennessee Mutt Puppies, and they have constant updates and pictures and videos of the puppies playing together when they get together on the weekends, and different updates like that. The group is still in the process of getting the calendar finished, like I said, and talking to different organizations that they could potentially be donating to. Everyone has heard of how a dog is a man's best friend. If these dogs could talk, I'm sure that they would comment on how these guys are not only their best friends, but their heroes. The Facebook page I talked about is called Tennessee Mutt Puppies. Feel free to join the page and get pictures and updates on the puppies. There's also autobiographies of each of the puppies that Joanne, who I talked about, the groom's mom, she created because she is a very big dog lover. I'm going to show you, or I was going to show you, and now it will be posted online, pictures of the puppies and their owners. Feel free to ask me questions. Some of the owners and puppies, who belongs to who, gets kind of confusing.